My name's Caroline Poynton from Manchester Bury, and I am quite correct. I've been quite correct about this. So I am quite correct that the police swear upon oath to protect people, but if they're swearing upon oath, and my thing is, if we are meant to go back to our Christian roots and we are meant to be Christian, that's probably why they don't want people practicing the Bible or being a Christian, because if you are a proper Christian and you actually doing exactly, if you are praying to God and you practice the Bible and practice the religion, then surely if you practice, if I, like say, if I'm Christian, I practice the religion, surely then I've got to believe in what the Bible tells me, more or less. Surely that means then that we need to come back down to the 10 Commandments. And if you swear upon oath and you are lying upon oath, when you swear upon the Bible on oath, then that is a sin. Sin is death. Death is the devil. The devil is evil. Surely, then, if they swear upon an oath and they're lying, and that's a sin, surely we have a right to chop their heads off for treason. Look at him kicking him. I seen that police officer then, full force kicking, that's assault. I don't know what he did. He didn't do that much. He didn't do that much. I watched what he did. He didn't do much.
Know what they're doing.
Yeah, I was going to say, mate, he didn't actually assault any police officer either.
And the state, the government, they know exactly
Yeah,
what they're doing.
the
It's
same
almost like they're
Bible.
following a
I'll
script.
tell you, we don't have any governments. We'll
Because
stop
they do
saying
this
we've
all
got
the time.
governments. We
It's
don't have
just- it's
governments.
the
I've been
same
saying
all the
this for
time.
over 3 years.
They go out there, they know when a situation is very volatile, when they know something will
And
happen.
I forgotten what
You know
I
what
said
they do?
3 years ago,
They
that we don't have
bring in
governments.
riots,
As soon as Labour come
They
in, I said we
antagonize
don't have any governments.
people,
We've
they
got a
agitate
terrorist
people,
organisation
and then
called
they
Labour.
hope and they wait for something to happen.
Because they
And when
don't know
something
what
does
else.
happen, they don't shut it down straight away. They let it go for longer.
Like I said, I'm going to say, I don't know what oath to swear.
People yesterday, quick.
Or
Quick.
whatever, because they're not
Apparently,
doing it for
no,
the
that
Bible.
was too quick. They needed 6 hours of action.
So,
They
must
needed
be
as
for
much
jihad.
action as possible. Yesterday was chaotic, folks.
Which is King Charles, jihad.
Slush. Shout out to the guy on YouTube. You can go and subscribe to the
No, I've always said, just because they don't look like a terrorist, it doesn't mean they're not. And just because someone looks like a terrorist, it doesn't mean they are.
You think the police will be like, hang on a minute. One of our friends did something horrible. We don't want to be caught into that as well.
King Charles swore upon oath, and look at him, he's changed his religion.
We're going to make sure we're not here to hurt anyone.
To Islam.
Apart from those who are trying to hurt people that we swore the oath to protect.
Swore upon oath to protect the Church of England.
No, apparently for them, no. They just do not learn. They think it's okay to treat the people who are paying them like this. I want to play this video, folks. Viewer discretion advised. It is very brutal to watch. And yeah, so it might cause some alarm and distress. But watch this, folks.
I see it. And I have said that that is a bit silly of it all. And I have been saying to English people, please retreat. Please retreat. Please all of them retreat. As like, I'm going off what my granddad would say, please all retreat. Come back. Please go back. Come back. Because there needs to be a bigger plan than what this is. To fight this, we need to get a big plan. And I've already made a plan. But I need people that are very, very clever people to make the plan to get everybody there. We need people that are ex-army officers and things. that know how to get into places. We need people that can basically be squatters, you know, that can go through what you call Krypton Factor things, you know, because it's going to be a bit like Krypton Factor. Because what I'm saying is not going to be an easy task of doing. They, of course, are going to push back on everybody. They ain't going to just let us get to the king and that's going to be okay. Yeah, but we don't need this in the middle of the street. What we need to do is this got to be planned by people that can do planning, people that can do basically running, jumping over things, people that are ex-army officers, that have been dropped out of planes before and basically can jump over walls like that, can get over walls, can climb and everything. Because we need them people, it's got to be planned. It's got to be planned. We can't just go there and do what I'm saying and that's going to be okay. It's not. Because look, that's what we're going to do.
Do you see that, folks? Should I just rewind for you to see
I see it. I see what the police are doing.
How many times did they kick him in the head, folks?
Quite a few.
They knee him in the head.
Yep.
How many times? I was counting 4 times. Maybe I missed another kick. Maybe something else was happening behind his thing. Maybe somebody was punching him in the stomach.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I seen the kick, the knee, on his head 4 times.
Yeah.
And of course, he started spraying blood. Did you see the last part, folks? It's crazy. I don't know what these police officers think. Do they think after that video that was released, do they think this is okay?
Yeah,
this will be
sworn upon jihad, not upon
the
oath.
nation will be applauding them for how they are robust and
And
how
we've been sold out,
hard
mate,
they're
by
working
King Charles.
on reducing crime or protecting people. Really?
There's no protection for the people,
This
mate,
is
because we've been sold
why
down the
we
river by
was
King Charles.
Mess in the first place. But
King
guess
Charles sold us
what?
out.
They do not freaking learn. They do not learn. And
Change
there's so
his
many
religion.
videos I want to show you, folks. I got like 6 videos here. If we have enough time, I'm gonna go through all of them. The police would
At
just.
some point, they want to chop the. At some point, they want to jihad, want to chop the Pope's head off.
To go out there and
Me personally, I think the Italians need to get there first.
Something because
and so do
we
we.
gotta arrest people next week. We gotta arrest people next morning. So, you know, if they do kick off, you know, keep going, make them keep going. Because what do you think? If you do that to, let's say this guy came there with his son. Let's say this guy on the screen right now came there with his son. Maybe he came with his wife to protest. Because a lot of people who do turn up to these protests, they turn up with their family. I remember I've met a lot of people who go to a protest.
But I don't want to go there and do that, mate. It's not.
Listen,
It's
they
not
go
good.
and have lovely time.
Yeah.
Out there
I
protesting.
understand
with
about
flags and
protesting.
singing the songs. What if his son was watching behind the scene? What do you think that's gonna do to him? Do you think that's
They don't
he's gonna
care.
alright, I think it's time to go home? No. He's gonna want to set a bin on fire. I don't know, he might want to set a police car on fire or something.
They don't care, mate, because he'll be white, so they don't give a fuck what they'll do. They don't care.
Like 11 o'clock.
Obviously, he's the white, so they don't care.
And the police did not disperse people till like late at night. That's when they thought, oh, it's a good idea to get people away. What? After you've got what you needed. This is crazy, folks. I do not respect the police for this. This is not good. And there's another clip. There is this clip.
This is why
this man is already hurt.
This is why they need to retreat, come back, and we have to get a proper plan, and we're going to take King Charles's head off.
As you can see, his nose is fucked.
People need to retreat, come back. There's no point in doing it. There's no point in doing that.
Let's watch this clip, folks. It's like 10 seconds long, but it's important to see.
This is what I'm saying.
The police have made the people, folks.
Right, I get it. I'm angry as well. But my anger ain't going to be taken out by going doing this and getting myself locked up. My anger, right? If I have to get locked up, it'll be because I've chopped King Charles's head off. And then I will happily go to fucking style for chopping his head off.
full of freaking blood.
I will happily
Just
take the
because,
sentence for
guys,
doing it.
I really do need to talk to
I
you
will
guys,
take
honestly.
the prison sentence for doing it.
This channel means everything
But
to
I'm
me,
not,
right? It means
at the end of the
absolutely
day,
nothing to
I'm
me.
not gonna
I
do
give
that because that's
everything
not gonna.
I think it's my favourite part
Where
of
you
the
see
day,
this is
sitting
just
here
rioting
recording
and
to
stuff
you
ain't
guys,
gonna
or going
change shit.
outside and
I've got to say,
doing
mate, doing all that ain't
every
gonna
report
change
outside.
nothing.
And I've been doing this since I was
Ain't
14.
gonna change the rules by doing that.
Multiple times. I've come back.
It's got to take something proper to change the rules and change it all.
This is the next 40 years plan for me. But honestly, lately, it's been really heavy on me. Not the work.
And my personal thing is that now I know King Charles has changed his religion and that, I know what he said in 93.
Trying to highlight these stories.
I think that he's caused it.
Especially when it feels like nobody's listening. I need your help. I wouldn't be asking if I truly did.
With Tony Blair.
So if you believe in what we're doing here, if you believe in
Tony Blair's head should be coming off as well.
If you've ever felt like this show speaks for you, I'm asking you as a friend.
But
please keep
the way I see this, King Charles's head is first.
And together we can finally wake up the ones who are still
and then we go for the government.
Because the nation is desperately asking for it. So please hit the first link in the description.
Because once we've got King Charles's head off,
thank you so much.
We'll kick it back to Islam. I'll kick it to Islam because he wanted to be Muslim. He wants to change his religion, a defender of the faith. So I'll kick him to Islam, Saudi Arabia. We'll kick his head like a football to Saudi Arabia. I'll go here, Saudi Arabia. Here's the fucking king's head. Here, jihad, here's the king's head. Now what you gonna do? Now what you're going to say? Now what after that? Because that's where it needs to lead to. I'm sorry, we don't need to do. I'm not going to do this because it's just being silly. It is a bit. But the police have done this on purpose. Wow. Just smashed a woman on the head, they have.
So many clips exactly like this. Where the police will charge, and the people will charge, they will clash, and then they'll take a breather, and then they'll go again, and then they'll go again, and then go again, and everybody's on both sides of course are getting hurt. Of course the police officers, I made a video, the first video of this of the riot, if you wanna call this, was on the angle of the police officers. The video is already out.
Yeah, and the police officers caused it.
You can go watch that video where I spoke.
But who's in the background? Who's the elephant? King Charles. Who is an elephant that nobody's talking about? Why is nobody talking about that bastard?
It's plainly there. But also the police.
That jihad. King Charles is a jihad.
Ignite the fire that.
Ignite the fire. Let's go chop King Charles' head off, shall we? We're going to put him on a bonfire. Yay, folks.
But right now, of course,
we should do it on bonfire night and chop his head off, and I'll kick his head to fucking Saudi Arabia. See ya, jihad, here is the king's fucking head. Right?
I like peaceful protest.
Well, it's not violent. I'm not being violent. I am going off what the Bible says. And what was done 500 years ago to the king when they fucking Jews in the country in the
people are watching you. You can only do
well, the king probably did a lot less back then.
That's it.
So what the king has done now.
Nobody's watching. Nobody's listening.
I'm watching.
Nobody's caring.
I'm listening.
And then you can be as peaceful as fuck. You won't get it. So
I'm trying to be peaceful, and I'm basically saying to people, I'm English and I'm angry.
I do not like violent types of protest because
I'm going to say there's no point, it's not going to change shit at the moment. That's not going to do anything.
Rights to protect themselves, then they can stop anyone, they can end the protest anytime, and that's why to protest today, you almost have to basically negotiate with the police.
No, I'm not negotiating
because they have
with
so
them.
much control now, they can say no to it.
Yeah, well, we don't need to negotiate with this one.
But they can cite
it needs to be planned and it'll be done.
That was passed by, with the Conservative
There's
Party.
no negotiation. No negotiation. I'm not negotiating with King Charles. His head's coming off. There's no negotiation with that. I'm sorry. No negotiation. God's give it permission that his head needs to come off because he's sinned the Bible, sinned the country, sinned the people.
And they're proud to be violent when they see such, when they think it's just. And lately, they've not been making the right call, folks. I want to show you one more video before I let you guys go. Again, I did say I got a lot of videos, but it's just the time.
They won't do it.
I can only be with you guys for a couple minutes, but watch this.
Well, we have to make time for this, mate, to chop his head off. King Charles.
If they grab you now physically, they will drag you through there and put you in the back of the van. Yeah, mate, if you're standing here, say again.
Oh, that's that guy, innit?
They've given us a dispersal on a boat clean twice, right? That's all they need to do, and they grab you now and they take you. Oh, no, that's unique. Yeah.
Yeah, and they'll lock you up for it.
They've shouted out twice now, that's it. Yeah, that's fair warning. There you go, that's fair warning. Run. Here we go.
Run.
Zero shot.
Oh, stand behind me and black. Let's see what they do to a black man. Probably just batter you, mate, because you're not jihad, you don't belong to the other side. Because you belong to Christianity, so even if you're black, they'll batter you. If you're a Christian black African, they'll do probably the same as what they're doing to English. Because they're doing it in Nigeria to the black Africans.
You know,
and I mean, it's pretty brutal. I mean, this is brutal what they've done here, but it's brutal over there as well what they're doing. I'm going to say, mate, and especially to little children, little black Nigerian children, they are brutally to them.
And it went on
the same as they are here to us.
Where many people who were there, like, you know, I think Tommy was there.
And I don't know.
Nick Tenkoni and many other guys.
I mean, I'm not from that country, I'm not there, but what I watched is pretty brutal. Left. I don't just watch about England, I watch different things left. About everything.
And all the guys who came there with the mothers, the fathers.
About all left. Different things.
And I think that's when the police should have gave a dispersal order. But they knew, hey, we want something violent today. Keep them around. So let's antagonize them. You know, let's poke the bear. And indeed, they did poke the bear and they got what they wanted, which is obviously the riot that took place. And
like
now,
last year,
2 years ago, has a token now.
Yeah.
Has something that they can use.
That's what I'm saying against everybody.
To divert the attention from Henry
to this
division.
Like the same with them girls. You know, this is why I'm saying everybody needs to go back. We come back and we need to get a plan to get King Charles' head chopped off. We need people, we need to plan it. It's got to be planned. I can't just go Buckingham Palace in and we're going to be alright. Do you think they're going to let us into Buckingham Palace without a fight? There's going to be a fight trying to get in that bastard place to get King Charles out. And then once we've got him out, there's going to be a fight with the police and all them trying to get us to get off King Charles.
A local shop and
and it's got to be planned. And we have to plan it. And his head's coming off. I don't give a fuck. His head's got to be chopped off.
Henry. But that...
I'm not saying violence towards anyone. I'm saying what's necessary. What the Bible says.
Something that they would love to, basically broadcast.
What the oath says, what the law of the land says.
What's the word? And prove themselves to be these
good police officers,
type of people who have this sort of wisdom where they can see what will happen before something happens.
Yeah, and they're very good police officers, aren't they? Give
like,
themselves
hey,
that
class.
class.
These white guys who go on riots.
Yeah.
Saying now, hey, I told you. That's the conversation now.
I told you, Nigel, for that just caused riots.
I was pissed off last night when people started throwing bins, and I was like, oh fuck. This is
not that I like Nigel Farage anyway, because he does cause a lot of shit.
Where the Southport riots and stuff.
He doesn't actually give a proper explanation.
We basically left.
Yeah.
We started talking about the riots instead of the...
Instead of him saying outrage, he could have said, let's get King Charles' head off, but
and
no.
I was really annoyed. But yeah, here's one more video before. Actually, should I play this video? I think. Actually, okay.
And I don't think that's advertising to be violent. I think that's just advertising for what's right.
And we'll end this video. All right.
It's not being violent towards anybody. It is getting what is right done. This is what, no, we don't need for it. We've got to stop this because everybody's homes are there. People's homes have been shaped. People are wrecking people's gates, things, homes. We don't know who lives there. Could be English, could be fucking Muslims. And it doesn't matter, right? We can't do that. This is not, like I'm saying, this is not what is needed. I understand, yeah, great. And they did chase the police off a bit, and I get that, good. But it's not going to do anything like I've been saying, it's not going to solve the problem yet. The problem is King Charles. The problem is the big elephant that no one's talking about, because he's Heidi. No one talk about Prince Andrew. No one talk about King Charles and getting them out. And when, yeah, I will chop his head off. And like I've said, I'll take the fucking punishment if I have to. And go to jail for it, fair enough. But things will change after that. Things will change when King Charles's head comes off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yesterday was very
brutal.
Some might say it was live. Some might say it was
live,
really
yeah.
live. Very active. You wouldn't fall asleep, he was there. Very active, I have to say. I was watching this live and I was like, oh no, please.
Yeah, but
no, please, stop.
They weren't really hurting anybody. To be honest with you, they didn't really get hurt, to be honest with you. Come on.
Folks, what do you guys think?
Maybe a couple of couples got a few bruised legs or whatever, but fuck off.
Yesterday was,
poor Henry got more than anybody else got there.
The government,
I'm going to say poor Henry had more bruises and death on him than anybody else.
And divert the attention from Henry to this now?
Yeah.
Or
this is why I don't want to do that. We don't want to do that.
Just normal guys, very angry, couldn't control it, and they resulted into...
I'm sorry, it'll get... the justice will come when we chop King Charles's head off.
I guess they chose this as a way to express how angry they were.
And then justice will start to prevail, because unless something seems to be done properly, then there is no justice, is there?
And the police
you can't have justice. You can't have forgiveness until something is done properly.
The government, police and stuff, because I think police could have contained this, could have prevented it from happening, but I guess they failed.
It could be nice, couldn't they? Not be all in riot gear.
What you guys think?
Why were they all in riot gear in the first place?
Yeah, looking forward to engage you guys with you guys in the chat.
Why was the police in riot gear in the first place?
Bye. Thank you.
So they were ready for that. They caused it by being in riot gear. Why are they doing it?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Following the horrendous circumstances of Henry Novak's death, can I urge the Prime Minister to consider this? It is now clear to growing millions in this country that we're living under two-tier. Please.
They won't do anything. They're not doing anything. No.
In the mid-11th century, the Duchy of Normandy operated as one of the most administratively advanced territories in Western Europe, a status facilitated by the presence of a highly organized Jewish intellectual and financial elite, concentrated within the Seine Valley, particularly in the city of Rouen.
The government that's inside Britain that's older than the Parliament. Oh, yeah.
I've lost a hat. I left it at my mum's. Took my mum to the hospital today and lost it. I left it at my mum's. So no hat for a bit until I go and get it sorted out. So I'm gonna make sure. Yeah, everything's working. I'm also getting this message immediately by Mrs. G, so you'll have to bear with me while I'm doing this, because it's as if it's almost preordained that she has to ask me questions right now. Right then. Hold on a second.
I'm waiting for the first person to say what I'm
Sorry
saying.
about this.
I don't understand why people ain't talking about him. It's like everybody's forgotten.
So, in any case, right then, let me switch on. Right then, let's get that. I've got the chat up. I do apologise. Let's get the chat up. Right, good evening. Yeah, my
We
mum's
have a
okay.
king.
She
Or maybe
had
we
to
don't
go
have a
in
king.
if you remember, I said before that my mum's had an ankle bleeding quite heavily.
Oh.
She had to go and see a vascular surgeon today, a consultant, to sort that out. So I had to take it this morning. And yeah, you know, I had to get that done.
Oh dear. Bloody hell.
I love it when my wife's at work. She has to, when she has a break, ask me what's been going on for a few hours that she had. So, in any case, she went to a vascular surgeon to have a look at her ankle. And then I went back and she's having a new bed delivered. So I had to get the old bed out. And in the process of doing all that, I left me out behind. God, it's 1,000 questions. You know when people say that, you know, these Muslims are lucky because they can have multiple wives, why would you?
I am.
Literally, why would you? Any case, so let's get some housekeeping rules out.
Yeah, they tell us that they treat their wives better, they treat their women better, but they don't. It's a bit of a lie. How could they be treated better when the husband could do what they want to them?
What you say.
Have the wicked way of them, rape them and whatever.
People's emotions are running.
Because they're getting pregnant and then fucking do the next woman. In English White Book, that is, if a man did that, you kind of get demonised.
Her Majesty's Police Forces,
And so they should do. If they do that to the wives.
All these streams and everything that's been said.
If you can do that to your own wife.
Careful what you say, careful what you write, etc. Because I've got this funny feeling things are going to be watched.
Yeah.
Right then, so now we've got that out of the way. So please be careful.
That's why I keep saying.
The next thing we need to get
not talk about any of them. Just talk about King fucking Charles and getting his head chopped off.
That I posted over the last couple of days, and this is
because I'm not talking about any of them or anyone.
This is a bone of contention, I know. Right. They have betrayed us.
Yeah, okay, so has King Charles. Changing his religion, that's what we have to go to.
Let me say what I need to say because I need to sort of clear the air with everybody and
the
make some people understand
Charles.
what's going on. Okay? Remember, if you get timed out, you've got to be careful what you're typing. Okay? Please be careful. We are, and I know for a fact, as Ruben has quite rightly said, we're being watched. All these streams are being watched. Everything is being logged and made obvious to the police. Right then, so
that's why I don't type.
Clear the air with the posts. Right, when I said that I don't think the police were, and this I know this is a big huge thing. I did two posts. The original one was emotional me, knee-jerk reaction me. Okay. The second post was me having taken the time to understand and read, etc. Giving you two versions of what happened.
Well, the only version I'm giving, mate, is King Charles.
Okay.
It's in the Bible. And treason of the country.
I still will stand by what I said when I said the police were not conducive to his
And I am
death.
not calling anybody else apart from him.
I am excusing them. What it means is
I'm not excusing the police. I am not excusing anybody anybody else has done. But this has got to come from the top. I'm going to the top. I am not going to criticise the people on the ground. It is not. I'm going to say it is not all the Muslims' fault. It's not all the Sikhs' fault. It isn't all the white people's fault. This is the people that have created it. The people that have created this, it's their fault.
They shouldn't have handcuffed him.
Yeah, but it's all their fault. The people have created it. And the person I can see has created some of this is King Charles by changing his religion.
Line which was used, which has been jumped on by everybody, is the fact it doesn't look like that, mate. It doesn't look like that to me, mate. No, I'm not modifying my opinion at all. I'm trying to explain what's happened. When they
That's the way I can
got to
explain it.
I mean, some people say, well, it took a long time for him. They judged him before they got there. Right, okay. So, we will get on to that. Okay, we will get on to that. Let me just get this bit out of the way. Then
And of
we'll
course,
get on to
obviously,
what the actual issue
then
is.
it comes down to the people
And
themselves
it's
then
one
to
that's
blame.
very, very important.
To start with,
Welcome
who's
to
the
everybody who's in the
fucking,
chat.
Abby saying, who is the elephant in the room? Who's the elephant nobody's speaking about?
When they arrived at the scene, they were being told by everyone in that vicinity a huge, massive pack of lies. Remember that they had waited a very good while, some are saying up to an hour before they called the police.
Or an ambulance.
So, if you read the autopsy report, because this is something else that astounds me, is the amount of all of a sudden everybody's a medical expert. Yeah.
I'm
okay.
not.
That, you know, it's like, oh well, if they look, he was a dead man walking, because no matter, the only way to prevent that bleeding was to cut open his chest there and then. No one was going to do that. But also remember, that would require immediate medical assistance, and he didn't get it, not because of the police, but he didn't get it because that fucking scumbag that stabbed him and his brother were filming him and laughing. If you take it at face value, if you watch the video, detach your emotions and look at the face value, yeah, and look exactly what they saw, if you look, there is no indication that he is injured. Now, I know he says, I can't breathe. And I know he says, I've been stabbed. And I'll get on to the DEI bit of it. People are saying it took ages for them to do anything. If you watch from the minute they get there, from the time they got there to the time they say the words, his pupils are no longer dilating. When his pupils were no longer dilating, it was over. Sorry, more messages.
Well, it's all their fault.
Life. So, he's saying, look, you see again, what everybody's doing is you're presuming that all police officers are trained in battlefield first aid.
Yeah. Well, they should be. They should be in the job.
Look, Andrew, there has been a change.
What do you mean there's been a change?
Okay.
Well, they shouldn't be in a job if they're not first aid trained, mate.
So,
that job requires a first aid training. I have to.
actually,
When I went to do being in a nursery, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. If they're not trained to be first aid, how come when I was trained to be a nursery worker, that I had to, and how come when I had my little girl or whatever, and anything else, or how come if I wanted to, if you want to work in a kitchen or certain things, you have to do first aid? How come if I want to work in an old people's home that I need to do first aid? But yet, the police are not being required to do that. Yes, they should be. Because they are an emergency service. As an emergency person in an emergency service, you should be trained to be first aid. And I assume, I've only done a basic first aid. I assume the police and people that are like you're saying that are, like even fire brigade, even the fire brigade people, they should be rigorously trained for first aid because they are basically going to be possibly on the scene where people could be coughing or nearly half dead in a burning fire. And they're the ones that go into the building and have to take the people out. And the police also, they should be first aid, because what won't happen is just like say this isn't even a murder. There's no one been stabbed. It's just a car crash. And the police are usually, you've got to think, in a car crash situation, police are always on the scene first. And let's just say it's just an accident. Nobody's done anything to anybody. It was a pure car crash of an accident. And you're telling me then that the police that drive on roads or whatever, that deal with car accidents or whatever, are not first aid trained? Well, they fucking should be rigorous. Like, they should, their first aid training, I've done the basic one, they should be, I'm pretty certain, on like an MVQ with first aid. They're not a surgeon. They're not surgeons. They probably can't, like you say, perform surgery on somebody. But they should be rigorously trained to at least stop bleeding on somebody, at least give them first aid. If someone, what if a child or somebody is choking? And let's just say, just forget about colour or race or religion. Just, it could be anybody, because anybody can choke on something. And the police are there, and you're telling me that the police can't save someone choking because they fucking got no first aid? The police get there on most things before any ambulance people. And then that means you're telling me, like, even the fire brigade. So if the police ain't trained in first aid, that means the fire brigade ain't trained with the first aid either. Well, that's not very good, is it? As a teacher, you should have done first aid. As a nursery worker, you should have done first aid. I assume as a social worker, you wouldn't have done a rigorous, maybe a basic first aid, is what I'm saying. In some jobs, you probably have just done a basic first aid. But I'm going to say in these when they, like, police and fire brigade, I mean, maybe they're not trained as much as the ambulances, people in an ambulance to do whatever, but they should be kind of rigorously first aid trained to do CPR and things on people if it is needed, or to stop bleeding. They should know how to stop bleeding on someone. Maybe not internal bleeding, but bleeding. They should be able to give you first aid.
Okay, so how could he be sure? But even if he had, he probably wouldn't have found it. That's beside the point. He said he was sitting up when we got here. He wasn't doing well, so I lay him on his side, which basically put him into the recovery position.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I'm not excusing the police's actions. I do genuinely believe.
I am.
Yeah, I think the sixth dad said he was bleeding from the mouth and he popped his up. He did. Okay? So when he got there, you actually hear the officer saying he was sitting up when I got here, but that wasn't doing him any good, so I'd lay him on his side. Okay? So they did what they did. Some people have said, well, his hand was white. Well, that's fine, but it was dark. They were operating in torches. With torches, skin colour looks all out of the way. Okay? You have to. What we're doing is we're judging a situation based purely on emotion. Because what happened to Henry was a disgrace, and it was vile. Okay? But when you judge things by emotion, you automatically, and we all have this wonderful ability to sit back and go, well, to them. Okay? I even said F the police. And put him on his side with handcuffs on. Again, we'll reiterate. Under PACE, they shouldn't have put handcuffs on him at all. The police have made critical errors and they have made mistakes. Okay? It's that simple. Now, as far as I ascertain, the male officer has resigned. Female officer hasn't. One of the officers whose face was put all over social media, which I did not share, was wrong. So, where is the and to be fair, I know when you say something that isn't, he was handcuffed in a position, you can't put somebody in the cup. No, but you lay him on his side because you actually hear the words, I think he's going to be sick. Look, again, I'm not excusing the actions of the police. They did everything there poorly and incorrectly. They didn't assess the situation correctly, and unfortunately, they listened to the surrounding
Well,
audience
they
that
wasn't
was
trained
telling them
properly then, was there?
that he hadn't been stabbed and he fell off the fence.
So that means they lied when they were training. They were lying when they were training to be a police officer.
Lots of different people. I've had lots of chat.
They lied upon
After
oath.
the police did themselves no favours by attacking people who went to the protest.
To me, I don't
Absolutely.
give a fuck, it's
Look,
death.
Okay, we'll get on to the protest as well. There's a lot going on here, okay? There's an awful lot going on with this situation.
They've seen the
which
Bible.
is difficult.
No, not difficult, mate. We're going back to 500 years ago when hung and quartered was around for treason and sin in the Bible.
Did actually start to check him because somebody said, "Oh, leave him alone. He ain't been stabbed," and she went, "Yeah, but I have to check."
Yeah, she didn't check anything.
And she was drawn to the injury on the face. The injury to the chest was, you see on the camera, was just here, on this side here. Yeah, it was non-visible through the clothing. And it also
There'd be blood there, it'd be visible.
for a reason off spot. Again, completely right.
Why would you have no blood if you've been
They
stabbed?
didn't follow pace at all. They didn't. So they've made.
So where was the blood off him?
Or should I say?
Where's the blood off the floor?
A sequence of errors.
They cleaned it up.
A sequence of errors because not only were they not critically thinking about the situation, they were doing as they'd been told.
By who?
So.
And who's told them they've got to do that?
I still maintain from my first one that the police officers that were involved should be investigated, arrested and imprisoned.
Yep.
For dereliction of duty. Okay? Before I'm going to go any further, again I will reiterate, because I can see what's coming up, please be careful what you're saying. All of these live streams will be monitored. I question the truth about the official decision. Correct. He was dying. I saw that. Yeah. You knew he was. Why are so many messages getting deleted? Because a lot of the messages are messages that shouldn't be up on here. That's why. Okay? The police will be watching this. I have said about 4 times now, you've got to be very careful what you put. Stating facts and things of that, fine. I've been stabbed, don't you? I don't think so, mate. You said hurty words, you're under arrest. That was actually, it wasn't hurty words. They accused him of ripping his turban off and physically.
They accused him of assaulting someone.
The report was. Not hurty words. He said they both. Well, his brother said that my other brother has been assaulted. Okay, so it wasn't hurty words. Don't use his death for self-promotion. Only focus on what to do to prevent this happening again. 100%. What needs to do.
But if he's assaulted somebody, he would be.
He begged for an ambulance, he said, I need an ambulance. His request was ignored.
Yeah.
He said the words, I was need an ambulance.
3 or 4 times.
And got one of them said, you need to make that call, and she called. They judged him guilty. He was no threat to them. Again, I completely agree.
And he didn't do first aid.
But what we're doing here is...
So they went against the first aid.
Are being misconstrued because that's what we think.
If you have done first aid and you go against that,
Tom was under arrest. Correct. But it was irrelevant because after they handcuffed him, it was less than a minute and it was over.
And I assume that even children do know how to do. Even children know how to do first aid nowadays. Even younger children. So there's no excuse for the police not to do first aid. There's none. Absolutely none.
If you're getting timed out, you're not helping the situation.
Zero.
Again, no need for cuffs. This is not going to go any further if I'm going to have to keep going over and over and over and over and over again. If you're going to continually put yourself things by telling, the second post that I put out is being confirmed by what's happening now. Henry should have been attended to when he was lying. If two people fight, knocks the other one out, the ref doesn't congratulate the winner, they check the card person duty again. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just not. But the simple truth of the matter is, they couldn't hear, he was struggling to breathe. So we've all suddenly become medical experts. Accusation against Farage University shows desperation from the establishment. Farage didn't actually tell you what he was going to do. Farage did what everybody's doing, and a lot of social media people are doing, which is cashing in politically or financially on what's happened.
No, I'm not. I don't get anything. I'm going to tell you what, I don't care about any of it. What I care about is King fucking Charles.
And that's what's happening.
Changing his religion. And telling us in 1993 that we're not allowed to criticise extreme Islam because we owe some sort of cultural debt. That's what's there online for about King Charles in 1993. Google it if they want, or don't Google it, but do their own homework and research about it then.
I've just let the chat run.
I'm not going in no chat room, I'm just doing my own, because I don't speaking about no one, apart from the person that I think that is the elephant in the room. And it's got to come from the top down, hasn't it? This comes from the top people and it comes down and trickles down and trickles down and trickles down and trickles down to the people. And let's just say that doesn't matter who the people are, what religion or who you are, where you're from or where you're not from. It just trickles down and trickles down and trickles down. Until people, like you're saying, have been radicalised or...
The flip is I don't think you are.
These white people are radicalised. It just doesn't matter. People are just being radicalised. And that's not religion. That isn't any religion in the Quran. If you kill somebody, murder somebody, it's death. The same as it is in the Bible. It's death.
No one wants to listen to my opinion because people have already made their minds up.
Well, we need to make our mind up and start reading the Bible. Like you're saying, let's go off the Ten Commandments. That's where we need to start making our mind up.
You know what?
In what really is. Because it's not going to do, like you're saying, it's not getting Henry any justice, everybody doing this, is it? The justice has got to come from the people that started it. I mean, King Charles, shame on him, he's not even come out and done a prayer. Because he's changed his religion to Islam, and in one of the sins in Islam, if you call to God, it's a sin.
Are we actually going to listen, or are we just going to constantly argue the toss? Are we just going to let our emotions run wild and we all know best? I don't know the best. What I'm trying to do...
I'm not arguing about this. I'm arguing about what King Charles has done.
He's trying to explain to you that you're being used. This whole situation's being used. You are parroting what everybody's told you to parrot.
Well, I'm not parroting what anybody's told me to parrot. Because nobody's mentioning this bastard. That bastard, King Charles. So how am I parroting anything?
The police shouldn't have cuffed him. Okay?
We know
it's
that.
as simple as that.
We know this now. We know all that facts now. So now we
Everybody
need to
suddenly
move
becomes a
on
medical expert. Everybody suddenly
and move
thinks
to
that they
where
know
it's
what's
come
going
from.
on. And the simple truth of the matter is, the coroner said that wound was unsurvivable. End of.
And my comment about King Charles probably will keep coming off. People probably
Should
take
you
it
be
off because they
treated
don't
with
want to hear
dignity?
it.
Yes. But the problem is we have to understand
People don't want
that
to
the
face the truth
mindset
about
of
our
a
king.
police officer
Well, no, he's
is
not our king.
dictated to them from the second they start their training. Most of them coming from university, and they are pumped full of this DEI bullshit.
Yeah,
They
what's
are
come from
pumped
King
full
Charles?
of racist belief.
And that is not
Okay?
religion.
They have been told by police policy.
I was going to say, that's not
Probably
religion.
didn't say it was a pathologist. So we're going to now
It's
start
not religion.
arguing semantics.
It's not religion. That's just control. That's been made to control people. That's not, again, that's not about religion. That's been there made to be controlling people. Not to do with religion or colour or race, actually. It's to do with controlment. Because that's not religion. How is that religion? Where does anywhere it say what I've read some of the commandments, what sins are in the Quran. I've seen some what's in the Bible. I've put them together a little bit about King Charles. And basically, there's a few sins in the Quran that are in the same as in the Bible. And there's some sins that are in the Bible that's the same in the Quran. I'm not saying all of it is the same, because I've not read it to that depth. So, to the depth of, I've just read what I've read, seen on the internet part, on Google. I mean, if it's all true, who knows? But hey ho, I'm only going off what Google's telling me. I'm going off what their thing's telling me.
You don't want to listen, you're convinced you're right. You don't want to listen to anything that may be slightly more enlightening. And I've literally wasted 30 minutes.
I'm listening, mate. That's why I'm not really speaking about the problem.
I didn't want to mention this, but you do realise by just saying the things that I've said, I've had 15 private messages telling me to delete myself. I've had one that I've had to report to the police. Just because I'm not singing the same song everybody wants me to sing. Because I decided to take an analytic approach to it and look at it in a different way instead of doing what everybody else is and trying to cash in on it.
I'm not cashing in on it.
I could carry on and I could give you this wonderful
It's not about cashing in on anybody.
It would get me shares, it would get me views, it would get me subscribers.
This is about solving the problem altogether. And that's not about cashing in. It's about where this started. No, but we know now about this, unfortunately. God bless Henry, because we can't bring it back, mate. But what we can do is Henry is up there looking down, and what he's saying is we've got to get down to the bottom of where it's began. Not like you're saying going to the police and saying, oh, you've done that. Like, yeah. But who's told? Where is this DEI? Who wrote that into the commandments for the police? Who's told the police to do that?
You ask them the questions yourself, because
where is it all come from? Do you know the police in the Crown Court and the Court Courts all have the magistrates? You know, all have the symbol of the monarchy on there. Institutional. Well, that's the king. That's the monarchy. Institutional, mate. That starts with the monarchy, the fucking king. Institution starts with the king. It doesn't start with the government. It comes from the king, and goes to the government, and goes to the police, and to everything else. Yep.
Definition of what is racism.
Well,
the police come from the university. Believe it or not, an awful lot of people aren't. If you go into the police now, you have to be university degreed. They've realised that they're not getting enough university degrees. So now they are bringing people who haven't got one, but they have to go on a course to get a university degree. So therefore, they are indoctrinated before they get into the police.
Yeah.
The
And
police
why?
then reinforce that
And
indoctrination.
who made that?
So
Who's
they
done
are
that?
told not
Who?
to treat
That
everyone
fucking
the
symbol
same.
on the police. What is the symbol of?
When people
Because it
say
ain't of
there
the
is a
government.
two-tier
No, the
justice
symbol's not. I
system,
could say the symbol's not of the
it is
government, is it?
absolutely, factually
The symbol
correct.
is off the monarchy. And that's where it
That is
started.
what is wrong.
I'm
When
sorry.
our Home Secretary basically says that's how it should be, shows you that the government are enforcing a two-tier justice system.
Where did it come from? Where's it come from in the first place then?
Andrew, the cops didn't